Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Atlas. This is going to be a daily update video for AMC, the movie theater stock. We're going to take a look at what the community's been talking about and pointing out, new information. So if you guys are interested in all that, we're going to try and make it a jam-packed video in a very short amount of time. So feel free to hit subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Would love for you to be a part of this community. Definitely appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up like button. It helps us out with the YouTube search algorithm, and feel free to share the video on social media. Please keep in mind I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research, and I highly encourage you guys to do your own research as well. Take a look at the charts here. We can see that the price has moved down in comparison to yesterday, essentially making it null and void, right? So everything we gained yesterday went back from that to today, and we're very close to the same position right now. It's slightly down. We were seeing across the board a lot of the stocks actually dropping, one of which I was even looking at, which is I'm also a supporter of, is Logitech. Logitech dropped 10%. It was like, what the heck with that? We saw in the pre-market for Tesla was actually starting off pretty well. They had their earnings report as of yesterday, and I believe it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Now I'm trying to remember. Anyways, so after the earnings report, next thing we know that comes out, and lo and behold, we see once the market officially opens, everything starts dropping. So it's a little bit of a rough day. However, we're still in this game, guys. I mean, this is just basically, again, like I said, taking a step back from what happened from yesterday, but we still got plenty of opportunity moving forward. Volume was very, very low today. Today's volume was only 55.11 million, which by comparison, the average amount is 123.62 million. What does that mean? That means that less than half of the average amount traded per day is what actually took place today. So this selling pressure was more leaned on that side, yes, but not very many people were really like doing anything. So just keep that in mind. Very few people bought, a little bit sold, but just a little bit more than the people that bought. So just kind of keep that in mind, right? So the price was able to move this much based on super low volume. If we get a lot of volume coming in, i.e. a margin call, a short squeeze, this thing has the opportunity to just bottle rocket up. If you guys want to check me out on Twitter, I'm at Twitter at CryptoAtlasYT. You can see my handle right down below the webcam here. Would love for you guys to be a part of the community over there. Take a look at the dark pool percentages and what's been going on with that. Well, yesterday, guess what? There was another increase. 71.5% of all trades for the stock are taking place over on the dark pool. That was yesterday's data. I'm going to see what happens in this information. I'll be posting that for tomorrow's video because this does get updated periodically here. We don't have for the 27th quite yet. But as we see progressively over time, the dark pool percentages does continue to go up, which is very, very concerning. I mean, some people speculate that if this is around 50%, that like that's kind of okay. Personally, I'm with the other side. There's a huge amount of people that are rallying together right now, and they're saying, you know what, get rid of the dark pools. It's kind of a stupid, arbitrary thing where they're trying to say, like, hey, we want to be able to have these large volumes of trades go through without massively impacting the stock market, because if it's not fully transparent what's going on, then it's not like some company can come in, buy a whole bunch, everybody sees it on the table, some other company that has a ton of money decides to then sell all their shares because they were able to witness what took place, right? Like, it's supposed to be a free, fair, open market. So I don't think we need the dark pool. Personally, I think we should get rid of it. Take a look over here. We see for the dark pool itself, negative 153 million shares. Again, I don't understand how we keep getting negative numbers every day on this. It's just bizarre. That's over negative $6 billion. Ugh. And then we take a look at what's going on over here with AMC purchase report. This is really interesting. According to Fintel, BlackRock Advantage Small Cap Core Fund Institutional Shares. Click for advisory. Long name. But that's not the point. The point is that their shares are 448,021. So they purchased even more shares during the second quarter, doubling down. This news just came out recently here, and it's so critical and important because it says that all the regular retail investors, we're all coming together. We believe in this, and this is showing that yes, there are indeed institutional investors that not only believe in this movement and what's going to happen with AMC and that it can move forward and it has opportunity for growth, but they're doubling down on it. They're investing even more. So that is absolutely awesome. We have an earnings report that will be coming up on August 5th. You guys want to keep an eye out for that, see how that goes. From the previous earnings report, we did see on the daily candles, it was progressively moving up on price, which then actually led into that squeeze. So the earnings share report, we're really looking forward to. Keep in mind, guys, more theaters have opened up, more people, less restrictions going on. So more than likely, we are going to see a better earnings report for this quarter than we did for the last quarter. So we'll have to see what ends up happening with that. Check this out. This was posted on the AMC stock subreddit. Sticks to Stocks says 22 billion shares of AMC have traded in 2021. I can't get over that. It's a simple numbers game. After today, the current float is traded roughly 50 times this year. That's insanity. More fake shares than real ones at this point. Either you get this or you don't. AMC. Okay, now a lot of people can make the argument and say, well, yeah, but look at the fact that you shouldn't expect that the amount of shares that exist, that there's going to be less than that that's traded over the full course of the year. Like, you can have a portion of that, and then that's being traded a ton of different times throughout the course of a day. So volume could be much higher. But check out this other form of statistics that was actually shared by another user. They said, for context, Apple has traded 13.5 billion shares in 2021. Apple's a really big name. Total shares outstanding is 16.68 billion, so less than the entire float. So for Apple's instance, they actually did do less trades than their total float. All right, and then they said, edit, other meme stocks have traded roughly 10 to 13 times their float in 2021. So that means that those ones, the meme stocks, are 10 to 13 times more than the actual float. So that's contradicting it now. So that's like, for example, BB, BlackBerry volume, 5.9 billion, float is only 566 million. Clover, volume is 5.2 billion, float 408 million. Well, what does this say? In these examples, they're referencing something 10 to 13 times the float. These are the meme ones, right? But what was mentioned here is that this is roughly 50 times the float so far for the year. That is absolutely ridiculous. So meme stocks definitely have a lot of attention, but the amount of activity that's being displayed for AMC is off the Richter scale. Another thing that's really interesting is a lot of people look at Kramer, who's he's a host off of one of the shows, the finance shows. I forgot which one it is. I think it's like CNBC or something. Anyway, so he mentioned earlier in the year all these different stocks that he recommends that people look into and that they invest into. And he's been against AMC. Well, AMC since the beginning of the year has been going up tremendously, right? Again, we're saying since January, up tremendously. All the other stuff that he recommended, look at this. Massive red all across the table. So, be careful who you listen to. Some people try to guide you in one direction. They didn't do proper research, and maybe they have a certain intention, but again, like, you got to spend more time in doing research into this stuff, guys. 1.5 billion shares of AMC traded off exchange in 1 month. That's 300% of shares being traded in the dark pool. This is from May 2021, most recent release. We already talked a little bit about this in a previous video, but not specifically showing you guys this. And so to put this into perspective, look at the chart here. At the bottom, we have percentage shares being traded. That's about 300%, right? For GameStop, it was only 53.67%. Remember, GameStop is in the same boat as what's going on with AMC here. And if you take a look at the charts and you see the price movements where AMC is going up, GameStop goes up at the same time. When GameStop goes down, AMC goes down at the same time. They mirror each other very, very closely. And what's so bizarre is that how can you have them mirror so closely, yet there's a vastly larger amount of shares for AMC specifically that's being taken place across the board here, off on the non-ATS, or like what's considered to be the dark pool side, right? It's just absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video there, guys. So I hope you got a lot of good information out of this video. Again, if you liked it, please don't forget to hit like and, actually share the video. Maybe some other people, you think they'll find this cumulatively to be nice and just kind of bundled together there. And feel free to subscribe if you guys are new. I also talk about cryptocurrency stuff, but I do daily videos on AMC. I take a break on the weekend, though, with this, and maybe unless something really big comes up. And you guys are awesome. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are about anything that we talked about today, if you want to voice your opinion. And I got referral links in the description. If you guys want to get free cryptocurrencies or stocks, feel free to check those out. Thank you guys so much for being here, being a part of this community, and I will see you guys in the next episode.